So, Brad, today I had what I would say was the best workout of my life. So imagine a buff, no, not even just buff, a ripped, glistening Aiden Kinsella, right? You got that image in your head? You got the picture? Okay.
Got it.
It can't be that hard. I mean, that's my usual state, but just trying to set the scene for people who maybe don't see me in real life. Glistening, ripped bod. I walk into, already shirtless, I walk into the weight room, right? And I start doing my pull-ups like 9-1,000, 9-1,000, 9-1,000. And I never kind of lost count pretty like around 9-1,000, so I just kept going with that.
Okay.
I suppose I could have gone to 9-1,001 and that might have been good. Didn't think about that at the time. I was too busy being buff and ripped and oily and glistening. Now, I got down from the pull-up bar. You know, I'm there with a couple friends. Kyle and Tina are there with me, and the three of us are all working out. We're doing leg day, as we discussed last week, leg day, and also arm day and aerobics, and all the different things that you do is just like a full workout, all-around situation. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of our push-up session, whatever the fuck, I hear the YMCA playing. Bradley, have you seen the film Despicable Me?
Yes, I have seen Despicable Me. Yes.
Do you remember at one point during Despicable Me when the Minions sang the YMCA?
No, I don't. I do not remember that, but
Let me inform you, because at one point during Despicable Me, the Minions sing the YMCA in their trademarked Minion language. And whoever was DJing the Sports Center today just went ahead and played that one for me, and the dulcet tones of the Minions flooded my ears as I did my push-ups with my friends. And I thought, damn, today is a good day to be alive. 2018 is a good year to be alive.
oh my god.
I'm very thankful, Bradley.
I think I do vaguely remember this. Oh, here's some lyrics. Linguini banchi lotto lato hey la mia mia. That's horrible. That's horrible.
So that was just sort of, I don't know, that was my day. Best workout I ever had. I mean, like, that song gave me the energy to pump 1,000 irons.
You know what I'd want to see glistening? A Minion. They're so tight. They have to be tight. They're shaped like a pill. You could fit a Minion right up your asshole.
The glistening, tight body of little minion. little yellow pill.
Yellow pill, man.
Stick it right on in there.
You can fit anywhere.
Glistening minion body is a good idea. Good Idea is a brain trust your brain can trust. It is a comedy podcast where we find creative, actionable solutions to your real-life problems. I am Aiden Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Berklich.
And this is Good Idea. How are you today, Brad?
I'm pretty good. You know, I'm doing some fun stuff. I'm just chilling.
Ideal scenario.
Yeah.
You all restocked on Tide pens and pods?
I don't have any Tide pens or pods, but I have a bunch of, what are those? Shout wipes, which I also use kind of religiously because I stain myself a lot. It's because I'm messy.
Sorry, hold on.
Eating food. I don't know. Okay, I've given you the wrong impression.
What did you do this week? Tell me a story, or 3, or 1. Or none. I don't know.
Today, I was at a urinal, really just sort of pissing it away. And a dude who's in my chorus came up to me and began to sing one of the songs we were singing while he was in the urinal next to me, dick in hand, eye contact made. It was actually slightly more threatening. It was, and when he had made us skirt of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and when he had made, and it was sort of that, and he was just sort of really, you know.
That's his piss song.
Yeah, and I think he kind of expected me to join in because he was a tenor and I was a bass, and he was like sort of like pumped for the entrance, and I didn't, and he was a little hurt, and I don't, all I want to say is, Stefano, I'm sorry.
So you didn't help him out with his PP theme song?
No, did not. Actually, wasn't the largest fan of the PP theme song. But, you know, other than that.
Bradley, what's your PP theme song? No, you know, like the song you sing in your head while you're whizzing.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you, way, you rolling river. That's my pee-pee song.
Oh, I love it.
Because it's piss, and the river is my piss.
Oh, okay. No, that's
Yeah,
very metaphorical and
Yeah.
beautiful. The golden rivers in some countries.
No. It's
I see a
I'm
river.
Just peeing into a river.
Got it.
It also helps me think I have to pee in case I don't. So it's like, think about water. Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Important question.
Yeah.
You know when you don't have to pee, but you like force some out, right? Because you got like a long car trip or whatever. Where's that coming from? Because you know it, like you know that's not coming from your bladder. Like that's other fluids.
That's blood.
Mine's usually not red, Brad.
It goes through your liver, so it turns yellow.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense.
Or, I don't know, maybe it's like spinal fluid. Is that yellow? Tell me a fun story, Aiden.
Oh, okay. Well, so today I was at the Turlet and... No, let me think. Okay. Have I got a fun story for you? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out real quick if I got a fun story for you.
Ted Cruz, did you lose to Beto O'Rourke in the election?
I sure did. Now, let me tell you something about God real quick. It's okay. And he's going to make me the ruler of all of America because I've been faithful to him. And he's going to make me the king of America.
Ted Cruz is like a couple IQ points away from being enslaved to a mega pastor.
That seems right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's a story for you. Improv today sucked.
Oh, what? Why?
It was just not, it just wasn't good at all. I don't know if it's a fun story. It was just bad. Like, improv was bad today. Usually it's very good and fun. And today it wasn't.
So your story is just my day blue?
No, because there was a good part of my day too, and I'll make that the second part of the story. It's a classical comedy, right? It starts off tragic, and it becomes happy by the end. Earlier today, I did get a package in the mail that I've been waiting for a very long time, and it was my MeUndies order.
Okay.
Which is usually just, my membership usually just consists of just a pair of underwear, men's trunks, adventurous pack, one of the pretty colorful ones with all the designs on them. But this month, I was like, you know what? And I got some socks and lounge pants too. So I got like a really fun underwear delivery, just in the middle of the day, which is cool. And then I brought it to the cafeteria, and I did what I would call a live unboxing for a entire table of people who I was only at best affiliated with. And they all took turns just sort of feeling up the MeUndies, just trying to fit, not the ones I was wearing at the time, mind you, but the ones that were in the bag. Because, they were just like, well, is it really 3 times softer than cotton? And, they grabbed the socks and like, these aren't. And I'm like, yeah, but this is a different material. It's not the micromodal fabric. And then I launched into just some sort of advertising for the company. MeUndies, please sponsor me. And Bradley, sponsor both of us, sponsor our podcast, pay us money to talk about you. We'll do it for like $1. Like, I wouldn't do any sponsor for just like $1, but MeUndies, I would have you sponsor me for just like $1 so I can say I'm sponsored by you. So if you hear this, that's like basically free advertising. I would like more money than that, ideally, but like I would, is my point. Please, I just want to be able to say I'm sponsored by MeUndies, Bradley. Hell, I'll do it for free underwear.
Yes, I would do that.
That would be fucking fantastic, because that would be like $15 more in my pocket every month.
Hell yeah. Mondays. It's like money and undies at the same time. Also, MeUndies combined into one word.
Fantastic. So now that I've told my excellent story about improv sucking and my underwear reveal, which is usually not a positive thing, but in this particular case, I shouldn't say usually not a positive thing, but I feel like when your underwear is revealed to a group of strangers, like it's not usually good.
No, that sounds like a childhood nightmare.
Literally,
yeah.
I guess.
Literally,
You want to pick a prompt for me?
Invent a college club. Now, this is good because we both have experience with this. We are both clubs. We do college. I fucked that one up. We are both in college and we are both involved in clubs.
All right.
So we can easily make a club.
Comfortable handle.
Laser lights.
Laser lights. It's going to give you... That's good. And it's going to give you, I think, some reach. That's going to give you reach.
I was going to suggest a DJ.
It's not going to be great for stealth, mind you, because it's going to be very loud.
Are we thinking of two different things? I think maybe we're approaching this from the wrong direction.
Well, I'm thinking of like a discotheque style sort of whoop ass machine.
Disco thick?
A disco stick, yeah.
And I said disco thick, pronouncing discotheque or tech or whatever the correct way.
I think a disco stick actually is a great way to describe the sort of club bat scenario I was thinking of.
A disco stick is sort of it's a very excellent sort of large laser light DJ enabled battery club. But also, is there a way for us to get people to join and have them sign like a sheet of paper?
I think that wouldn't be that hard.
Let's call it the Disco Stick Club. And they just come and they sign a sheet of paper and they get to hold it for like a minute and a half. Maybe they get to beat someone. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, no, I don't want to beat anybody. I think it's more of a talking stick. Like, it's a club, but it's a club that is used by a society that used to use the clubs as weapons, and they laid down the weapons and repurposed them for sharing and communal discussion purposes.
Hey, nobody else talk. Randy has a disco stick. And Cheryl is like starting to talk. Like, whoever's like, no, Cheryl, you can't talk. You don't have a disco stick.
Yeah, no, you can't talk if you don't have the disco stick.
That's how society works, really, I think, is if you don't have a disco stick, you can't talk.
I mean, that's true, but I think also if you have the disco stick, as you know, Bradley, like if you're at the club,
yes,
you can't hear anybody, am I right? Like, you can't hear anybody in the club. It's just too loud.
It's just, my disco stick is just too loud.
What's the deal with the volume in the club? I can't even hear my friends talking to me, and I can't even order a drink.
That reminds me of, like, I saw something online. It might have been like a tweet or something, and just like, my penis is entirely too large for any of this bullshit.
I mean, yeah, when your dick is so big that not even the magnumist of condom can restrain it, I feel like you have better things to do.
Well,
you want to do another prompt?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a different prompt. Do you want to pick it? Because I picked the last one.
Sure. And I think we did a really good job solving that last one. So, Keegan, thank you.
We misinterpreted it a little bit, but honestly, I'm okay with it. I think we're fine.
I mean, we're getting people to sign a sheet of paper and then, like, hold a thing for a while and have to listen to each other when they don't want to. It sounds a lot like a college club to me.
Okay, well, good point.
Okay, it's like all just Keegan and my mom for this episode, I think. My mom sent us another book this week, and the book is titled How Not to Get Shot. So, Bradley, I was just wondering, like, how do we avoid getting shot?
Okay, I moved to avoid getting shot. So, my numero
Yeah, you went to
solution,
Ohio.
I went to Lake Forest.
Oh, you're saying a while ago.
Yeah, a while ago, 2013. Well, I guess this kind of starts in like 2012 at the 99th Street train station in Beverly in Chicago. In the apartment above the Luna Cafe across from the train station, a guy shot another guy in an argument over a TV. And then there were like a lot of muggings and we moved. So we left. So that's that
good.
Story. Yeah, so I suggest just leave. If you're about to get shot, just go.
Bradley, when I don't want to get shot, I tell my mommy that I don't believe in vaccinations.
Aiden, this joke is dumb. I'm officially the joke police now, and also we do not spread anti-vax rhetoric.
But Bradley, I don't believe in vaccinations.
I fucking hate this voice.
Because I personally, when I don't want to get shot, I personally don't believe in vaccinations, and my mommy wasn't either because. Because it would be even worse if I got the only thing worse than me dying of a terrible disease would be if I got autism, and everyone knows vaccines cause autism, and my mom would much rather me die of a terrible disease than catch the autism, which is definitely a real side effect of vaccinations.
That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, no, you might be right, actually, there, little man. I think you've convinced me.
When I don't want to get shot, I cry in front of the doctor until he goes away with the needle and no more needle. Because no one wants to see grown man cry.
Grown man cry.
No one wants to see grown man talk like this either.
Did we talk about the fact that we took Jared to get a flu shot? On the podcast.
Think we did mention it. We did mention the fact that one of our bro hangs was, let's go get vaccinated.
Fun times at
I don't want
CVS.
to get shot. This is off topic because I don't want to get shot, and I think the doctor's gonna come back with a big old needle. What do I do?
Prepare your arm, get some rubbing alcohol, and take off all your clothes for the doctor. Because that needle could go in your butt too. I don't really know how children
I
work.
think if I take off all my clothes, that would be silly because then the doctor could shoot me even easier.
Well,
I
you see,
don't want to get
that's
shot.
it's a little counterintuitive.
I think I should put into place on my arm. I should put Botox.
You should Botox your arm. What are we talking
I'm thinking
about?
maybe if I just Botoxed my arm with concrete instead of silicone or whatever they do with the Botox, I put concrete in my veins, and then the doctor could never even give me a shot.
Sorry, I just want to talk about this headline that was sent to me, which is Elevation Church debuts water slide baptismal, which I think is kind of interesting. I can send you the photo if you want, actually.
I feel like I've seen that, but Bradley, I feel like you're really not engaging in the
In the RP?
in the RP because I don't want to get shot, Bradley.
Aiden, okay. I don't know where this goes. I don't know how this evolves into anything.
Help me not get shot because I've already suggested concrete and crying.
Kill the doctor first. Give him an anti-vaccination. Kill him. I guess an anti-vaccination is just sort of the disease.
No, but see, I think an anti-vaccination would be an injection that did not include the disease at all.
Wouldn't an anti-vaccination make you more... this does end with giving your doctor AIDS. Not a great solution. It's kind of long-term, and they have medicine now
Could you
that can
give the
sort of
doctor a
counteract it.
solution of AIDS and something else? That would be a pretty great solution.
That would be kind of horrifying. Maybe from a distance with a trank gun, and he goes out, and then in 6 months he's on the front steps of the Capitol building with a sign protesting.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah,
You want to pick another one for me?
Yeah, sure. Okay. How do we make boneless chickens for boneless wings? Which, frankly,
I believe
think
that's Keegan.
that is probably Keegan. That's just a floppy chicken. We have those already.
Dude, clowns love them, and everyone knows clowns are funny. So, this seems like a really good topic for our show.
Are the chickens initially boneless, or do they take the bones out of the wings?
The chickens for the boneless wings are not initially boneless. I think the idea is that we want to make it easier to make boneless wings. Now, boneless wings are essentially fancy chicken nuggets tossed in delicious
Sauce?
I was going to say wet food, but I think sauce is the proper.
I will take that.
They're tossed in delicious wet food. I might even hazard say flavored food coloring because it does color the wings. The thing here, my biggest issue with chicken wings, is that they're not the wings of the chicken when it's boneless wings. At least I don't know about regular wings, although I think those are often not the wings of the chicken. At least not all the time. And I think that's very misleading. Boneless.
Wait, are they not? What are they then?
I think they're just different parts of chicken bone with meat on them. I feel like there's probably leg in there sometimes.
That's a wing, isn't it?
I guess, because it's one of the chicken's appendages, and I think on a chicken or a bird, all their appendages are technically wings, if you want to get scientific about it. So I guess, but I mean more colloquially, right? The word, we wouldn't call that a wing, and I feel like it's confusing for people who don't maybe know that.
What's the scientific classification?
The scientific classification of chickens is that all of their appendages are wings, and there's nothing more to it.
I thought they didn't have any feathers, and that's a man. Never mind. Sorry, I'm getting everything mixed up.
That's a man. Well, when you take the feathers off a chicken, that does become a human.
I think Hey, Diogenes, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't always do that. I think.
Well, hold on.
I'm on Team Plato here.
Well, Team Diogenes for me.
Go live in your fucking barrel, my man.
Go live in your fucking cave, my man.
Excuse me. I don't know anything else about Plato or Diogenes, so I'm out of insults. But, hey, screw you. That was a funny philosophy joke brought to you by philosophy. I'm almost certain Diogenes said that to someone at some point. It seems like a very him thing.
Screw you, asshole. Diogenes. 1900? Was he in the 1900s? He was 100 years ago, right?
His name sounds too old for that.
Oh, maybe 200 years ago then.
I think it was 1550. I don't know. History's weird. Yeah. All right.
Did we figure out boneless chickens yet?
Well, the Greeks invented barbecue, so I'd imagine they had boneless chicken wings.
That's true. That's true. And that is, as we talked about in like episode 5, why it's called ancient Greece.
Yes.
But
No, that's actually true. The Greeks did invent barbecue. They that was like their thing when they sacrificed animals. They just get everyone out and they're like, let's have a barbecue.
I thought the Australians invented the barbie.
What does that mean in Australia? Does it mean the same thing? Does it just mean barbecue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what we need is some plus-size barbecues, and maybe some that are like scientists.
Plus-sized barbecue scientist. Boneless chicken edition. She just flops around.
Yeah, she do. I think with the boneless chickens, though, in all seriousness, I think that this might be more of a metaphorical bonelessness, right?
Okay.
What if we just found the most fearful, like the scaredest little chicken shit chickens that ever lived, or I guess ever lived now, that are still alive, and we breed them together with each other and each other and each other until we create this race of just like species, I guess, of super scared little chicken shit chickens that just run from everything, and then you can taste the fear in every bite. So like, you know how boneless chicken wings are often spicy? This will be like a new kick that instills like legitimate fear into the person who's eating it. Because as you know, like you take on the attributes of what you eat.
That's horrifying. I would never consume that object.
Cannibals report feeling like they've taken on characteristics of the person that they've eaten, and so do people who receive transplants.
Who have you asked about cannibalism?
I haven't asked. There's research on this. There's a book I have called The 7 Laws of Magical Thinking.
Wait, when was the last time somebody...
This is in the chapter on essences, like in transference of essence, which is not a real thing, of course, but it's like a thing people perceive.
When was the last time somebody ate someone for science? When did that happen?
It wasn't for science. It was people who engaged in cannibalism and were then later interviewed.
Who did that?
I don't know, because unfortunately,
Pygmies?
my 2 favorite books that both talk about cannibalism are both on loan to other people.
That blows. I bet it was just some like fucking weird dude.
Probably not, because there were multiple dudes.
Uh,
Cannibalism also seems to be an evolutionarily adaptive trait in humans. And we could talk more about that some other time if you want, but I don't really want to go into it right now because I think that would be boring for the listener.
Okay. Well, let's have the listeners vote. Listeners, if it's boring, say something. Okay. See, we're good.
Okay, well, I don't want to give bad facts, though. I just remember... Bad Facts with Aiden Kinsella this week on Bad Facts. Actually, let's do like a fun new segment, because unlike the rest of our show, this segment will be stuff that isn't true.
Okay.
So we're going to do Bad Facts with Aiden Kinsella, and I'm going to make up why I think cannibalism is evolutionarily adaptive.
Okay.
So the
Let's go.
people who are cannibals today all live in one part of the world, Cannibal Town, America. My favorite country, America.
Cannibal Town, USA.
No, America.
Oh, okay.
America is the greatest country in the United States, according to a Netflix special I watched once. So anyway, in Cannibal Town, America, what you do have is all of the people who still eat people, and it's just one dude, because he ate all the rest of the dudes. Well, I guess they all like ate each other, and then there were 2 people left, and there was like a final showdown. And this one guy is just ahead.
Or they just had to bite each other.
They had to bite each other, and this one guy was the one person who remained. But only his head remains now. And the reason we think it's adaptive is because a long time ago, the ancestors of the people in this town, who were technically a different species of humans, but like they're close enough to us that they were considered humans.
Okay.
It was evolutionary advantageous for them to eat each other. So I think what it was probably some sort of a situation where they would gain the traits of the person they ate. Like a Highlander, like there can only be one. This guy is the Highlander, right? So he ate all the rest of them, so he absorbed all their power. So he's just like a giant floating head because he has the power of like hundreds of people.
That's horrifying. I actually read a comic that was like based around a floating head the other day, and it would like come down and like scoop you up and hang you. This is a great sort of horror story thing. I'm kind of scared, but continue.
Well, I mean, it is Halloween.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-do.
It's not Halloween. That was the bit. You want to pick up prom?
This is also by Keegan. It's the opposite of cloning, which I'm frankly a little intrigued by.
Oh, I'm extremely intrigued by it.
So we've done cloning a couple times.
We have at least once talked about cloning.
Would you bone your clone? What's the ethics of cloning? What's necessary to do that? And the opposite of cloning is sort of an interesting concept because I can think of no alternative but just killing your identical twin.
I mean, I can think of multiple, like, I can think of alternatives, like multiple alternatives.
Is it like making a person different to you? That's just having a kid.
Well, if cloning is when you take your DNA and you create an exact replica of it, and the opposite is the reverse of something, then I would think you take your DNA and make the exact opposite of it. And I don't know how that would work. Because I don't know. I don't even think that's true. Because I don't think you would replicate your DNA.
You take your DNA and you put it through a computer program, and like every G is an A, every T is a C, every C is a T,
okay.
Every A is a G, and you come out with like what I assume could only be one of those like lab grown hamburgers.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Definitely that is what would happen.
I don't think that'd even be a person. That would be horrifying.
Okay, well, I mean, lab grown hamburgers are people too, Bradley, first of all. Second of all,
they're the opposite of a person. We just proved that one.
If cloning is doubling a person, right?
Yeah.
If you cleave someone in twain, like King of Solomon style, fucking opposite of clone, like we both want the baby. Okay, well, why don't you cut the baby in half and each take half? Like, unclone the, like, opposite unclone the baby. So I think what we do is we take real life Dolly Parton as opposed to the sheep named Dolly Parton, like human Dolly Parton. We take her, we cut her in half, and then she becomes the first. Dolly Parton becomes the first opposite of cloned thing. Mm-hmm. We put her on display in a museum, and it's beautiful. Well, it wouldn't be her anymore. It would be sort of her corpse. But I think that cleaving in twain thing does raise the question of, you clone someone, you're not actually copying that person, you're just copying their DNA.
Okay.
Because people are such sums of their experiences. So maybe this would be, you copy the person's brain. You copy all of a person's experiences and none of their DNA.
Oh. So
it's the
like
exact opposite of cloning.
Someone's just burst into the world and they're like, oh, 4th grade. I shat on a desk. I'm way smarter now. Wow, that was weird. Like, is it going to be that reaction? Like, that person's got to be
if you cloned a 4th grader, yeah. But the thing is, what it would have to be like putting someone in... It would be putting different DNA through the same ringer mentally.
Okay.
Or... So we could do it like that, where the new person spawns like right next to you, and it's a different body completely, but they have all the same memories roughly up until that point, but then their DNA informs their actions differently, which would be a really really interesting nature over nurture experiment. But you could also do where you just put different DNA born into the same family, so almost like an adoption situation, but the parents loved the child as it was as though they had birthed it themselves. Different DNA, but they go through the exact same initial experience, and then look at how the world around them changes based on the DNA that was the different DNA that was the only different variable in the exact same situation up until that point. So thousands of years of history happen, and then this one thing changes, and that one thing is just which baby is born into a certain house.
Oh. Well, we could do that. I was going to suggest killing yourself, because that seems like the opposite of making another one of you.
Okay, so cleft in twain once again.
I mean,
although if you get cleft in twain,
like,
you're basically making two of you.
That's the thing, though, is there's still the same amount of you. You're just,
so you would have to be like semi-vaporized.
Yeah. We could do that.
Dude, you know me, I love to vape.
All right. Well, I think, or
okay,
the opposite of cloning. Like, I don't.
It's such an interesting proposal.
Yeah, because you have to also like define opposite. Because we may be doing the inverse of cloning, which is kind of strange. Could we do the mathematical, like negative? I don't understand. It's so hard.
I don't know.
This is science, folks. We do real science on this podcast.
We do real science here.
It's just, we just don't know. Because we have a hypothesis, but we haven't run the opposite of cloning experiment. If you have the facilities, if you have the technology to run an opposite of cloning machine,
get in contact with us.
Let us know. Just email us. It's fine. You know our email. You know Aiden's phone number. You know my phone number. I gave out my dad's phone number
111 in Nairobi.
Is that your phone number? 111. You're in Nairobi.
No, that's yours. That's yours.
Because that's in Kenya. No, wait.
Yeah, Kenya College. Can I pick a prompt?
Yeah.
Keegan, that one was stellar. Thank you for that. Hey, pumpkin spice is boring, and Jason Lee wants to know what the new hip autumnal flavor to add to everything is.
Leaf.
Just leaf.
Leaf drink.
Leaf drink.
That's very autumnal.
That's called tea, Bradley.
What? No. What do you put in your pee? I don't put leaves in my pee.
Not pee. Tea.
Oh, tea.
Tea.
That makes way more sense.
And I think we've talked about weed tea before, which on an episode that never got released. But the reality is that apparently exists, and I got very sad when I found that out because I thought I was the first person. I mean, I didn't really think I was the first person, but I thought it was like super original.
I think stoners are much more creative and dumb than we give them credit for.
Valid. I think stoners should do our podcast instead.
That would be good, because I've never tried weed. I do not intend on trying weed, and I feel like if I did it, I'd be a more interesting person.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I'd be like, I'd say shit like, dude, have you ever thought about why we use lotion?
Have you ever thought about life, man?
Like, what am I doing with this lotion? Like,
bro,
I'm making my hand more wet. Why don't I just use water? If I'm moisturizing it, I can use any moisture. Why do I have to use lotion? That's not even wet.
Hey, Brad.
It's just liquidy. Liquid-ish. Brad. Yeah, sorry. I got really into the RP there. What's up?
That's okay. No, I'm in the RP still. So I'm going to just go take a nap on the futon for 4 hours. And then I'm going to come back. And when I get back, I want to talk about the opposite of cloning, dude. Because, we can clone stuff. What if we did the opposite of that? That would be like dude. Upside. What if it was like you get a clone and then they come out, but their head is where their butt is?
That'd be so fucking stupid.
Dude,
I think it's so cool you own a futon. All my friends own futons. It must be some sort of cult. You know futon cult?
Dude, I'm going to go buy 3 more futons online.
Oh, man.
Hey, how come when I go to the bathroom, I need another hole other than just one? Because I have 3 holes. That? I have 3 holes that involve food and drink. What if I just...
Bro,
to simplify it...
Bro, that's 1 hole too many.
That's 1 hole too many. It's even maybe 2 holes too many.
No, you got an extra hole, dude.
Only 1 extra hole? But what about the other one?
No. You have an extra hole. I only got 2.
Oh, okay. Do you want it?
I don't think I can take your hole.
Why not? Is it possible to... Hey, dude, big question. I have a big question, dude.
Yeah.
Is it possible to take something that is the absence of something?
Oh, bruh.
Think about it.
You'll just owe me a non-hole. I'll just owe you a non... It's like the negative apples thing. Like, I'll just owe you apples. I'll just owe you my asshole. Yeah.
There's donut holes. But what if... And there's donuts, but what if there were asses and then assholes? What would an asshole look like? Wait.
Oh, it'd be like a...
Wait a second. That's already a thing.
Why doesn't your ass go inside your asshole?
Whoa, that's a good question.
This is so fucking dumb. Actual question. We brought up topology the other day, I'm sure on one episode or another, and it was how many holes does a straw has? The answer is it's just 1 long hole.
Wait,
so how many
we
holes
brought up
does
what? Hold on.
Topology?
I don't know what that means.
It's like the study of how many holes things have. But
when did
math.
We bring this up?
Probably ages ago. I don't know. A straw has 1 long hole. It's 1 long hole.
It's just 1 long hole.
My question is, how many holes does the human body have? Because we have multiple entrances and exits, but they all go to like different stuff. And since the lungs, that's in and out. That's like in and out through the nose. That may not even be. That may just be 1 hole with 2 openings. I don't know how topology works exactly. That might just be 1 hole with 2 openings. But I'm pretty sure like the digestive system is 1 hole. So humans, this is my hot take. Humans may only have 1 hole.
Humans might only have 1 hole because I did just look up the definition of hole, and it is in fact a hollow place in a solid body or surface.
Yeah,
and there are I suppose, multiple holes in the human body, but the holes that we're talking about, the ones that are all connected by different openings, the different openings aren't different holes. They're just different openings into the same hole.
It's a ditch instead. Like your lungs, that's a ditch. Your ears are also a ditch.
Well, no,
so
that
the
would
only
be a
thing
hole.
that goes...
That would be a hole.
It would be, your ears would be a ditch because they come in and can come out with the same hole. Your lungs would also, your nose and mouth might actually be two because that comes out. I don't know exactly. I think somewhere in there it transitions from like one hole to two holes.
Okay, but hold on. I have another question. Because first of all, I think by this definition, Brad, ears are holes. However.
No, that's wrong. Mathematically, it's wrong.
Why is it mathematically wrong?
Because a straw, there are two holes in it. But there's only one hole.
No. I understand. That's what I'm saying. So the ear is a hole. The ears are a hole.
No. Okay, so like, I have in my hand, I have one of those little, you know those fake fingers you use for like, they're like rubber fingers, like witches' fingers. This one's green. It goes on your finger.
Yes,
there
I
is
understand.
no hole in this object. It's just a ditch.
Okay, so actually that is what I was about to bring up.
Okay, yes.
Because I think I do understand your point. So if we're following the definition of hole I was initially using to analyze this, yes, the ears would be a hole.
Yes.
And an a-hole would be a hole.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yes. So my question, though, was because this does say, this definition also does say hollow place in a solid body or surface. Is it hollow if the solid body or surface was initially built that way? It is, right? Because you would refer to the inside of a can as hollow if the can was made with air in it and not soda.
Yeah.
So what would be a hole? I think the ears would be a hole, Brad.
No. Mathematically. I don't understand it exactly, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, if
because
you're pretty sure.
There's no separate exit point. Because it's like digging like a ditch in the earth. Like if you dig like a ditch in the ground, it's not a hole. Like even if it goes down like as far as you can go, it's still like not a hole. If it goes to the other side of the earth, if you like get to China and that shit goes straight through, that bad boy's a hole. Mathematically. I don't know like the colloquial, the colloquial definition is obviously if I dig a hole, it's a hole. But
valid.
You know, mathematics.
I like this. I love holes. Do you want to do one more quick one or should we stop?
We can do one more quick one, I think.
All right, let's do one more quick one.
Let's just make it up.
Okay, hit me with it.
Okay. My question for you, this is kind of a complex question. I don't know if you're ready for this bad boy.
Okay. I'm probably not.
You're probably not.
I don't think I'm ready for this jelly, Bradley. Come on, hit me with it.
Honestly, I don't think you're ready for it.
I don't think I'm ready for this jelly.
The best way to get back at your enemies is what? Like, what's like the most efficient way to seek revenge?
Okay.
And I stress the word efficient.
That is a hefty question. I mean, from an efficiency standpoint, if we're going to assume I have access to the stuff that I have access to now.
Yes.
A swift blow to the throat, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's
like
certainly
I don't know what they did.
Efficient.
I don't know if we're doing an eye for an eye, like an equal punishment type thing, but maybe my enemy, what they did was they hit me with a swift blow to the throat, right? But if we're just trying to like get back at our enemies on any sort of scale, I think the most efficient way would be, or maybe even just like, I guess even more efficient than that, if we're not worried about the scale of how we're getting back at them, I think just like, fuck you. Or just like, maybe you just stare at them, like you just glare at them from across the quad or whatever, and you just go, piss.
That would be I could just yell piss at, every time I see them.
That'd be pretty good. Or like, pee your pants.
Order them.
They're both the same command.
And they're like, I'm not going to do that. And you're going to be like, no, you're going to do it. I'm going to make you do it. And you just don't do anything. You just stand there like looking at them.
Seems about right. People are singing Despacito in the hallway, so I think it's time for us to wrap up.
I think now you know what you have to do, Aiden.
What do we have to do?
You have to go outside and yell piss your pants at the Despacito people.
Okay, I'll do it.
You act. Is he gonna?
They're gone. I wasn't at the mic for that, but I was about to go yell piss your pants.
All right. Well, what?
You know you have to go yell piss your pants at the Despacito people, right? you know you have to, like legally. I gotta go hunt him down, Brad. I gotta go.
You're compelled. No, do it.
Just kidding.
After the show.
I didn't leave. It was a joke. Okay. Go for it, Brad. Close us out.
Well, that was Good Idea Podcast. And here is all our contact information. But first, thank you so much for listening. It means a lot to us. And if you want, you can send us prompts at any of these following locations. Our Facebook group, which is Good Idea Podcast. Our Twitter, which is @GoodIdeaCast. Our Tumblr, which is also @GoodIdeaCast. And our Instagram, which is also @GoodIdeaCast. That's so many.
How convenient.
So many things all called @GoodIdeaCast. It's so easy for you to locate them because they're all called the same thing. But if you can't remember it, that means you're kind of fucked because now you lose access to 3 of the things. So remember @GoodIdeaCast. Our Gmail is goodideapodcast@gmail.com. So thank you so very much for listening. Aiden Kinsella,
Yes, sir.
what is your favorite idea of the episode?
Absolutely, positively the fucking cloning one, where it was. What is the opposite of cloning?
Okay. I very much respect that. My favorite was the brief and lively topology discussion we had. I thought that was interesting from an intellectual standpoint. Also, I enjoyed all the hole puns we could create.
It was just it was just kind of the same one over and over again, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. But
I guess I should say the same pun over and over again.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to say this, but you can listen to our podcast if you're not already listening to. I don't know how that would work, but you can listen to it on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, and Libsyn, and anywhere else that podcasts are sold.
I'm just trying to think of more puns to shovel into the microphone here. I'm really trialing around for them.
Oh, because it's like digging a hole.
Honestly, Brad. Honestly,
got it.
These puns are the pits. I have a whole lot more where that came from.
Well, you're not going to get to say it because I'm going to ask you what your pick of the week is.
I really dig these puns.
Aiden, I'm going to shoot you from across the country. I'm going to load up my big high-powered sniper rifle and I'm going to aim it directly at the state of Illinois. And there's going to be a laser bead in your forehead. And you're going to look at your own forehead like they do in the movies, where your both your eyes go
a huge hole through it.
And there'll be a huge fucking hole through your forehead and you go, oops.
Or would it be a ditch, Bradley?
No, it'll go straight through.
No, I have a very thick skull.
It's going to go straight through. What was your pick of the week, Gabe?
My pick of the week? Ooh, that's a great question. Okay, so there's a song performed at 54 Below, and it was a cover of Your Man, like the Bruno Mars song, and I'm going to check real quick on my phone to see who did it, but there's some really cool half steps in the fucking in the part where it's like wrong, but I don't think I can do the half steps because I think I'm just singing the original, and I haven't gotten used to it yet. But it's by Aaron, like Aaron, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I don't know if it's like Veet or Feet or whatever, but it's Tveit. It's extremely entertaining. Strongly recommend it. Bradley, how about you?
I didn't actually get to consume much content this week, so I can't give, but if I had to pick something, what would I should have fucking thought of this beforehand.
Despacito.
I'm not gonna pick that one because I do not enjoy. I will also not pick the Minion song. I downloaded. Stop.
A different Minion song.
I'm gonna shoot you. I downloaded.
Dude, I love Minions.
I downloaded you remember Undertale from ages ago?
Remember implies that I was ever involved in that.
You didn't play it? I thought everyone played it.
No, I mean I wanted to give Undertale to the Pope, but just more for the meme, for the bit.
Well, the guy who made that game came out with another game and it's free. And I have started playing that and it's very interesting. I think it's a sequel. I'm not sure. I've only watched the play of Undertale. I've never actually played it. I thought it was so. I'm enjoying that.
Hey.
Haven't played too much of it, but
You know how they got to Undertale, to under the tail?
Yeah.
They had to drill a hole in there.
That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Oh my god. Well, that was a good idea. You can't actually buy podcasts that are free unless you buy a streaming app. I did that. I was 8. It was dumb. I was in Colorado when I did it. That's not
Were you high?
I was 8. I know.
So that does not answer my question.
I was high. You're right. Sorry.
Because if you were 8, then you had been eating a whole bunch, right? Which means you had the munchies. How old were you? 15?
We're done here.